Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be talking about the Michigan cottage food. What are your requirements for you to make some food in your kitchen and go out there and sell and get some money? If that's something you're interested in, continue watching. My name is Martha, and today I will be going over the Michigan cottage food law, what you're required to know, what foods you can sell, what is your potential income, and how to keep your food safe so that you are not causing anybody to be sick. So the Michigan cottage food law, it was started in July 2010, and it gives small-scale entrepreneurs an opportunity to bake and cook in their own homes and be able to sell. This law, you have a potential to earn up to $25,000. That is the total sales before you take out your expenses. So it's a great opportunity for you to get some cash, especially during the summer where the farmers market, the arts and crafts shows have opportunities for you to sign up and sell something. If you love baking, if you love putting together mixes and dries and teas, this is a great opportunity. And I'm talking specifically for Michigan because every state has their own different laws. And I will encourage you, if you're from a different state, go ahead and look for your cottage laws and follow them. So the Michigan cottage food law requirements include food can only be prepared in a single family home, meaning that you cannot prepare this food if you're in a group home or if you're in a community shared place. But if you own or rent your own home, you can prepare these foods. What type of foods are allowed that you can prepare under the Michigan cottage food law? Some of the foods include low-risk food that have a low risk causing foodborne diseases, things like fruit jams, jellies, breads, similar baked goods as well, cakes including products that are produced for special events, fruit pies, vinegars, dry herbs, dry herb mixtures, dried pasta, cotton candy, popcorn, and chocolate covered foods like chocolate covered pretzels. Those are different types of foods that are allowed that you can sell. And what are some of the foods that are not allowed? This includes foods that include pumpkin, custard, prepared foods, cream-based or cream-filled products, oil-based products like olive oil or garlic mixtures. Those are not allowed. Licensing and inspection. The cottage food producers are exempt from the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development licensing or inspection requirements. They are exempted. But it's important for you to know that if there is a complaint about your food or something that you're selling under the cottage food law, they will come and inspect your food preparation area as well as your food. So it's very important that you keep it as clean and well prepared as you can. Let's talk about labels. What is required in your labels when you're considering the Michigan cottage food law? Labels, each cottage food product must be labeled, and the label must be printed or you can handwrite it in at least 11-point type or about 1/8 tall and inches. So what do you need to include in your label? Remember this statement, you have to include it in your label. Made in a home kitchen that has not been inspected by the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. You need to put the product's name. So let's say you're making chocolate chip cookies. You put that statement on top, or you can put it below, and then you put on top there the product name. The complete name and address of your cottage food business. So let's say, for example, it's Martha Bakes is my name of my cottage food business. I need to write chocolate chip, Mother Bakes. I need to put my address underneath my food business name, and I'm gonna put 123 Pleasant Street and address and zip code, as well as my city. All product ingredients in descending order must be listed on your label. So let's say in my chocolate chip cookie, I start with the flour. That is my most biggest ingredient in my product. So I'm gonna list them in descending order. Remember to include the net weight and volume of your product. Let's say my chocolate cookie weighs 3.2 ounces. I'll put 3 ounces, and then in brackets I'll put the grams. Let's say it's like 85 grams, and I need to put net weight 3 ounces. In brackets I'll put 85 grams. Remember to also include any allergens. A lot of people are allergic to a lot of things, so list those allergen food groups. Let's say things like wheat, eggs, milk, soy, walnuts. List them all there. Sesame, tree nuts. List them there on your label so that people can know if this is something they can consume or not. So that's an example of a label. So remember, on top there you can write made in a home kitchen that has not been inspected by the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. And then below it, chocolate chip cookie, my address, my name of my company, which is Martha Bakes, 123 Pleasant, city, Lansing, Michigan, and the zip code. And then underneath that, put the ingredients, starting with the in descending order: flour, butter, sugar, etc. And then below it, say contains wheat, eggs, milk, soy, walnuts, nut trees, things like that. And then just below it, write your net weight, 3 ounces in bracket, put 85.05 grams, and there is your label. And there's different ways to print your labels. Let's talk about samples. Yes, you can give out samples, but they have to be single contained in a container, and you don't have to label your samples, but always know that you have to display your food properly with the right labels on the table. But in your small samples, you don't have to. Let's say you're giving out samples of the chocolate chip. You can cut them into small pieces in your kitchen, package them, and then you can take them to your markets. How do you store your cottage foods? Your cottage foods cannot be stored in like garage, in your sheds, or in your barns. But you can store them in your kitchen, in a basement, in a room in your house. That includes a place that is free of pests and standing water, dampness, or any unsanitary conditions. Always try to keep your food about 6 inches off the floor. Selling your food safely. As I had touched base, food is easily can be contaminated and can cause people to get sick. And there are people who are vulnerable, people who their immune system is low, people who are senior citizens, pregnant women, small children. If they eat something that is contaminated, they can easily get sick. So what are some of the causes of foodborne illnesses? One is poor personal hygiene. If you're not washing your hands correctly, if you're not sanitizing your counters the right way and your equipment, that can lead to poor personal hygiene. Cross-contamination, let's say where you're storing your food, you're also storing meats and things like that. There's easy possibility of cross-contamination, and that can cause foodborne illnesses. Something else is, remember, improperly cleaning and sanitizing your equipment and your utensils. That can also cause foodborne illnesses. Even how you're transporting your food to your market, if you're not keeping it in a cool place and properly packaged, that can also lead to that. What is an effective sanitizer? What sanitizer ratio do you need to prepare so you can be able to clean your utensils? The recommendation is a mixture of chlorine, bleach with water, and usually the recommendation is 1/8 to 1/4 teaspoon of concentrated chlorine bleach in a quart of water, warm water. If you mix that, and you're recommended to do it every day so it's fresh, you can use that to clean your utensils, as well as also to clean your counters on where you're preparing your food. Applying this mixture for like 1 minute is 99% effective in killing microorganisms. So when you're washing your hands, remember to do it for 20 seconds. You wet your hands with warm water, and then after that you apply your soap, you scrub, and you rinse, and then remember to dry it with maybe a paper towel or a clean towel, and then keeping those hands clean, or using even gloves after. In summary, to prepare safe food products, remember to familiarize yourself with the Michigan Cottage Food Law requirements that you can find at michigan.gov/cottage food. They have more information, and as well as practice good personal hygiene. Remember, in and out of the kitchen, you're keeping everything clean. Prepare your food in a clean kitchen. Sanitize your equipment, your utensils, your dishes, and the food preparations services, so that you are preventing any cross-contamination or any illnesses or foodborne illnesses. Store your foods appropriately. Designate maybe a space in your fridge, or get an extra storage place for your food. Transport your food in a clean vehicle, and always keep a production log, meaning a production log is where you keep track of your production and your sales. It can have like a product, where the ingredients were purchased. If you bought your flour from a big store, like Sam's Club, you make sure you write that. The date you prepared your chocolate chip cookies, amount that you prepared. If you prepared a dozen, 2 dozen, write that down. It was prepared by who? Did you prepare it, or did somebody in your home prepare it? It was packaged by who? And how the packaging was done. Did you put it in a jar, in a small bag? You write that. Where they sold. Were you selling it in a farmer's market, in an arts and craft show? You write that, and the amount of product that was sold that day. Did you sell 20 of the items? Write them down. So this is something you can either prepare it in a spreadsheet, or you can just get a book and make sure you have it all outlined. And there are other great resources that you can go out there and read even more about this Michigan Cottage Food Law. Places like the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, MSU Extension have a very good article there too about the Cottage Food Law, as well as different foods. And there you have it. I hope this was helpful to you. If you want to earn some more extra money this summer, selling foods that you have created them in your own kitchen using the Michigan Cottage Food Law. And as I said, this law is available in different states. All you have to do is look it up and see if it's gonna be of a help to you. I wish you all the best, and if you have any questions, please leave them below in the comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, my name is Martha. Thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye.